Hey, Science One, this is Mr. Kinney. We're up here just above Lake Courtright. We got a little bit of snow left up there. This hasn't been we're in a drought here, so we're not having a lot of snow. Now I'm coming around here. You can see very beautiful granite dome. We're hiking up right now. But what's really cool here, and I hope you can kind of be able to see it, this rock I'm looking at, the surface is fairly smooth. You can see areas where it's been broken out. This is glacial polish, where the glaciers that came over had polished this fairly smooth. And then, as you look over, you can see that this chunk of granite has cracked in the past, and then a quartz-like material has filled in these lines. And then look over here, big, beautiful crystals of quartz inside of this. And then you can see it melted in the granite there, where the granite cracked and filled in. So this is a really neat area. Right there, those rocks, that's called a glacial erratic, and that's where when the glaciers came through and then when they eventually melted away, these rocks they were carrying just got dumped down. So there's our hiking party up there, and I'll video later up the hill. So finishing up the rock cycle, we talked about, erosion occurs, and you can see here, this is just chunks of granite. Some of it's so small that it's just dirt over there. What's really neat about this one here, on this chunk of granite here, you can see some of the crystals, but then right there's some glacial polish, if I can get at a better angle. But when I put my hand on here, this is as smooth as a granite surface. It's not perfectly flat, but it's extremely smooth. Again, this is from the glaciers carving it out. And then where the erosion has occurred off to the side, it's rough. So, take that, geology fans. Okay, we will climb there. That is our goal. Sorry, I only made it about 2 steps. Now this stuff here, this is a granitic material made from granite, but it's metamorphosized, and you can see that these layers got smooshed. And what's neat here is, look at, they're in the process of eroding out. I don't want to pull them out. You can, but why would you? But really cool. So you can see this metamorphic rock that here's even some chunks of it there attached into a piece of granite. So, oh, look at this texture of this stuff. This is just pretty. I don't care who you are. This is pretty. Oh, look at here. On this one here, we got some lichens growing. That's the fungus and a symbiotic relationship with algae. And they form this dark stuff on here. And the rocks, as they get older, they get a darker color to them. Like underneath there, you can see dark spots maybe. And that's just from more of the lichens. Okay, well, it just came up from right there. You can see Courtright Dam right there. You can see some of the big granite domes. But the reason I'm videoing here, a couple of things. You can see this glacial erratic right there, looking like, oh, just go push it, roll it down the hill. It's so heavy you can't move it. But then, one of the things that's nice about hiking is we got some beautiful wildflowers happening here. Very obvious. The breathing hard. There's not a lot of air up here. Well, I'm on top of that dome now, as pointing out. You can see Lake, or Courtright Lake, and you can see the dam. If I walk over here, let's get over here. You can see the water flowing out of the dam, or what we might call the dam water. Anyway, going around. Now my truck's parked right there. In the video I was showing, we came up over here, walked around over here, and looking over there is my hiking buddies. So let's see here. Oh, look at the lichen here. Remember the last one I showed you? It was dark. This one's kind of a green color. So let's walk over here, go over closer to the cliff, and come over here, and you can kind of start to get an idea looking down the edge of this one. And this isn't the steepest, highest part yet. There we go. And there's another ridge, but you can look down over there. And let's see, we'll come over here. Now, we're at, I don't know, 9,000 feet or so. And it's harder to breathe because there's less air, but I call it alpine euphoria. When I get up here, even though that there's less air to breathe, it's just so beautiful that it seems easier to hike and walk. Look at this granite garden. And then we're going to be going over there on that dome in a moment. This is just under 2 hours from your house there in Clovis. Signing off. Okay, look at the really cool erosion patterns that these get. I think a lot of these occur when you get a rock that's been sitting here and then it gets over years and years kind of rolled around. You see them a lot by streams, but it's really neat seeing these patterns of erosion. So, okay, we're gonna walk over to that dome. Also talking about water and erosion, I mean, take a look here. You can see this little pool's got water in it still from the last, probably from the last thunderstorm. And what I like too, these lichens, now we're starting to get kind of brownish tan lichens. The green ones, the dark ones, probably all sorts of critters growing in there. Hope you can hear me. Hope the wind's not too bad. Well, we're off that way this time. Next time we'll be probably over there. It's kind of neat. Some other hikers have come up here and they've stood some of the granite rocks up on end over there, making that shape. Now, over here, what I think is neat, inside of when the granite's forming deep underground, there can be little bubbles of other minerals, and you can see here these they call them mafic inclusions because these are included, but they're the little bubbles of other stuff. And this material is much harder than the granite. You can see how these, as the erosion processes have happened, they stick up. And this rock right over here, you can see a lot of those sticking up there. And so we were right over there last video. We're making our way along the side up to there. We got a lot of wind here today. You can see looking towards the Sierra, if you can see that cloud layer over there, that's called the Sierra wave. You get a lot of really strong winds due to the pressure changes between the eastern side of the Sierra and the side we're on here, the western. And sometimes when you got moisture in the air, it'll make those clouds, and very windy up there, and actually really pretty when you get the evening glow of sunset on them. Anyway, talking too much. Came around the corner here, looking here towards Fresno. A lot of wind, but this is really pretty seeing the lower domes down there. It's a fairly steep little hike area here. Got some more domes over there, and there's my sun up there. So this is kind of a pretty way to hike. You want to be careful. Tell you what, I'll go a little bit to the left here instead of that way. Oh, look at here. It's almost like stair-step trails. Oh, I'm going to step up here just because I don't want to die. So, anyway. So, a lot of interesting sights up here, and teenagers, yeah, okay, you got too much energy, teenager. Okay, so Science 1, we're just about done with our hike. We just came down. That was I don't know, the north side of that dome we were on. Now what's really cool about this place is you can see all the granite rock over there, but then we've got a mix in this area. You can see this rock that's kind of this rusty looking stuff, and it actually is rusty. It's got iron in it. This is a metamorphic rock that got squeezed into the big cracks here, and a little different material. And so, I mean, when you take a look at this, it's all kind of, reddish, which indicates that it's iron ore. It's different from granite, and squeezed and metamorphosized into other stuff. So, panning around, there's a pretty lodgepole pine. I know with our Sierra unit, we'll be taking a look, and you can tell right away it's lodgepole. They're really tiny cones. I mean, there's my foot for size, and these are bundles of 2. Needles are in bundles of 2. Pine trees, they have needles that are in bundles, and then fir trees have needles that are single. So there you go. Oh, there we go. Look at that.